And here with more political perspective, with just 10 days left ahead of elections, JPost political correspondent Gil Hoffman. Gil, thank you so much for being with us. Now, the new polls are out, and so far it's looking like Netanyahu and the Likud are the only ones capable of forming a coalition, but only with help from Otzma Yehudit and the Yamina party under Naftali Bennett. How do you think the next coalition will look?
No one knows yet. It's way too soon to say. What the latest Jerusalem Post polls have found is that there's a deadlock, and neither side can form a government unless someone is lying. So you said, for instance, the Netanyahu side. Well, Bezalel Smotrich said he won't. He told me that he will not join a government that relies on the Arab Ra'am party supporting it from outside. Well, they have 57 seats without them, so they wouldn't be able to form a government. And regarding the anti-Netanyahu camp, they have the support of 61 in some polls, and ours currently they don't. But Naftali Bennett said over the last couple of weeks that he won't be part of a coalition that includes Meretz. So unless he's lying, that side doesn't have a majority either. So at this point, according to the polls, we're going to a fifth election, if not more.
Wow. All right. So, Gil, now you mentioned the Arab parties' outside support by parties like Ram and how that may or may not be true. But a new recent poll by the Israel Democracy Institute shows that 31%, nearly a third of Israeli Arabs, prefer Netanyahu to remain as prime minister. Why do you think that is?
Israeli Arabs have a right to be skeptical that anyone else would make it any better for them. Remember, this is a coalition that has in it Benny Gantz and Netanyahu together. The next coalition might be only right-wing parties. And that would obviously make it worse for them. And or the next coalition could be led by a right-wing party without Netanyahu, and that wouldn't necessarily make it better. Then again, they can look around and see what's going on in other Arab countries that have not handled the coronavirus nearly as well as Israel has under Netanyahu, and you can see why they might say they have it better. 31% I don't think tells us very much, and when that statistic came out, we didn't really note it in the Jerusalem Post as being significant.
Okay. So let's move now to another party in the opposition. You spoke recently with Labor leader Merav Michaeli in an hour-long Zoom interview. It was an excellent interview. What are your key takeaways, though, from that conversation with respect to the new Labor Party?
The Labor Party is alive and kicking. Merav Michaeli and Jesus have something in common, that they've managed to revive the dead. In this case, the Labor Party, and doesn't bode well for Meretz, which, like Labor, is led by a journalist from Tel Aviv. It doesn't bode well for Yesh Atid, who's also led by a journalist from Tel Aviv. But she's the only woman running at the head of a major party, and there's a lot of women who want there to be a woman leader and who want to advance the feminist agenda.
All right, Gil Hoffman, thank you so much, and I hope to hear from you again before Election Day.
Sure, looking forward.